Good evening, everyone. I'm Amel and my friends Nadan and Turtle and Yosefatia will be presenting about the global smartphone market in Q1 2025, focusing on its growth trends and market shares. And this presentation is based on data from Canalys 2025, that one of the leading global technology market analysis firms. Okay, before diving in, here's an overview about what we'll cover today. We're going to start with introductions, and then we're going to move on to shipment growth, and followed by vendor market share and operating system market share. And next, we're going to discuss some insights and implications from these trends, and we're going to wrap up all of that with a conclusion. Okay, now let's take a look at the big pictures. In recent years, the smartphone industry has matured significantly. According to Canalys 2025, the global smartphone shipments in the first quarter of 2025 reached 296.9 million units, marking only a 0.2% year-on-year increase. This modest growth suggests that while the market is still expanding, it's approaching saturations, especially in developed regions where most consumers already own smartphones.
Everyone, I'm Survati and I will continue the materials about global smartphone shipments growth first quarter 2024 versus first quarter 2025. As shown in this bar chart, global smartphone shipments increased slightly from 296.3 million units in first quarter to 2024 to 296.9 million in first quarter 2024, a 0% growth. This very small rise reflects the slowdown in replacement cycles. People are keeping their phones long before upgrading. While the market isn't shrinking, it's showing clear signs of stagnation in mature markets like the US and Europe. However, some emerging markets such as India and parts of Africa are still seeing growth.
Okay, hello guys. Let's look at who the main players in this market. Here is a pie chart showing the top smartphone vendors in Q1 2025. The first is Samsung, remaining the global leader with 20% market share. And the next is Apple, followed closely with 19%, driven by strong iPhone 15 and 16 series demand. And the next is Xiaomi, holds 14%, maintaining its position through budget and friendly models. The next is Vivo and Oppo, each control around 8% of the market, and the remaining 31% is shared by smaller brands such as Realme, Honor, and Transsion. This show a highly competitive landscape with Samsung and Apple dominating the high-end segment and the Chinese brands leading the mid to low range.
Software side, that is operating system market shares. In Q1 2025, Android continues to dominate with 76% of all smartphones shipped. iOS holds around 90%, reflecting Apple's strong brand loyalty. Meanwhile, Harmony OS, developed by Huawei, takes a growing 5% share, particularly in China, where Huawei is regaining market presence. The data suggests a duopoly between the Android and iOS, but Harmony OS may slowly become a strong contender, especially in Asian markets.
Next, about insight and implication. There are several key insights from the data. For the one, market saturation. Growth remains modest at just 0.2%, indicating a mature market with limited expansion room. To intense competition, vendors must innovate continuously to maintain or grow their market share. 3. OS dominance. Andrew share shows the strength of its open ecosystem, but Apple continues to lead in profit margins. 4. Innovation and ecosystem. Companies that focus on AI integration, camera technology, and connected systems will likely shape the next growth phase. Overall, the smartphone industry future lies in innovation and ecosystem value, not just in hardware upgrades.
Is what we've learned today. To conclude, in Q1 2025, the global smartphone market grew slightly by 0.2%, reaching 296.9 million shipments. Samsung and Apple remain the dominant players, while Android continues to lead in operating system market share. Future growth will rely heavily on technological differentiation, AI features, and the expansion into emerging markets. The overall message: the smartphone market isn't shrinking, it's evolving. Okay, that concludes our presentation today. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much, and bye bye.